we meet again at last. The circle is now complete.
What's the world coming to?
Well, you got a problem with what I did, Anthony?
No. Hey, no.
Fucking rat anyways. Whole family's all rats. Would have grew up to be a rat.
Stupid bastard. I can't fucking believe it.
Gee, I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
Now you're gonna dig the fucking thing. You're gonna dig the hole. You're gonna do it. I got no fucking line. You're gonna do it.
Yes, I'll take the fucking hole. I don't give a fuck.
I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was pure and simple evil.
Jesus Christ. Mister, you okay in there?
Let's eventually caught things around here someplace.
Logan Myers and Henry Hill here for Cinephellas.com with the second ever Cinephellas Podcast-Episode. The sequel, you can call it. It is a little better than Wayne's World 2, but not by much.
Well, that's where I see things just a little differently. Contract or no, I will not bow to any sponsor.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Henry Hill, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, buddy, man. Good to be here again with you. How are you doing?
I'm horny, and I'm naked.
Oh, that makes two of us, boys.
Good thing nobody could see us on the podcast here, and a lot of people would be scarred for life, huh?
Oh, in a good way, though. Once I saw what we were packing.
They're like, wow, he's not really packing much, is he? So, the first episode we talked about, what Cinephellas is all about, movies from 2016, some movies nominated, and, some of our favorite films of the year and films coming up in 2017. Today, we wanted to discuss some TV shows to be on the lookout for in 2017, some shows that we're watching currently. And so, one show I'm definitely looking forward to that's coming out February 20th that I did a few reviews on our YouTube channel is Bates Motel.
Season 5, the final season.
Yeah. They can't really do too much more with the story anyways. You've got old Norman Bates, and Norma's gone. She's dead.
I know, Mother. There's something wrong with me.
And she's decaying away in his, the Bates house. And as you can see from the first trailer, she's all decorated up, got makeup on. She's got the blue eyes, and super creepy looking.
She's just cold and dead, waiting for Norman for no apparent reason, because Norman's a freak.
Yeah, he just stuffs her and keeps her like in a throne, like flowers and things like that, and it's really eerie, and that's why I love this show, because at first, when it first came out, I didn't think it would be much, but it actually turned into something quite spectacular. It's a show that I really liked every week, and something to look forward to with the suspense and the cast and the storyline. But the last season, we're going to see the infamous, what is her name, Marion Crane, played by Rihanna, the famous psycho shower scene. Yeah. So they released a second trailer today showing Rihanna and this character. Not really buying her as this character, but we'll see what happens.
She'll make a good victim anyway. I mean,
she'll
be in the shower and she'll get stabbed.
Right, exactly. She has 3 lines. You better not kill my heart.
Yeah, she was terrible in that Battleship movie that I unfortunately saw some of, because I liked Tim Riggins and Friday Night Lights, so I watched about 5 minutes of it, and she was just as terrible as you expected. But like we said, only a little, a victim for Freddie Highmore's Norman Bates. So looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, it's definitely Freddie Highmore's artistic masterpiece. He really, really portrays his character perfectly. He's an eerie psycho son of a bitch, and I love it. And he's going to be at that horror convention at the end of March. Hopefully he can make it too. But that is a show that I am looking forward to next month. What are you looking forward to there, Henry? Any shows that we should be on the lookout for?
Well, we got plenty of shows that are coming up. I have a couple here that, one that actually just premiered last week, actually. It had the first 2 episodes of the second season, and that is on Hulu, and it stars Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, of course.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.
Yeah. Yo. It's called The Path, and it also stars the guy from Hannibal, Hugh Dancy, and basically it's a real creepy cult that they are in, and it is basically about how Aaron Paul's character is in this cult, and like he slowly realizes that it's a big scam, and the problem is his wife and kids are so into it, and he's trying to break away, and they're trying to remain really dedicated to this cult, and it tears him apart basically. So he's trying to get his family back, and it's really well done, and there's some crime that happens, we'll say, on the show that brings the cops' involvement to it. So they're under investigation. And season 2 really continues on the first season, which was well done, and it's pretty good. It's entertaining, and you can watch it every Wednesday on Hulu.
On Hulu, yeah. I love the first season. Aaron Paul is amazing. I mean, the whole cast is. You have, what's her name, Michelle Monaghan,
yeah.
Monaghan and Hugh Dancy. Just phenomenal, and it's a very original story about a cult, and Aaron Paul's like, you know what, this is bullshit. You know, I've been brainwashed all along, and I need to get out. I need to get my family away from these freaks. So that's definitely a show to be on the lookout for. Season 2. One of my favorite all-time shows is finally making it back to Showtime on May 21st. Do you know?
Oh, what's that? What could it be?
Twin Peaks.
Oh my! I remember the original series back in the '90s. Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
What's the new one going to be all about? You know?
I have no idea. They haven't really.
It's kind of secretive.
Yeah, it's very secretive. I mean, the lineup is stacked with a shit ton of good actors and actresses. You know, the original show had a very creepy David Lynch vibe, and that's what David Lynch does best, is making this eerie realm of these characters and like murder.
Super eerie.
Yeah, and even that score, that opening score, and the music used throughout the show is just like what made it stand out in the 90s. And even with the teasers they've been releasing on YouTube and their websites and things like that, it looks like it's still in that universe. And we have the old mayor from Portlandia in it. What's his name? Kyle
McLaughlin.
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
McLaughlin sport. He'll always be the mayor to me, but it looks exciting. I'm so excited for May to come around and Showtime, and a good show to watch during the summer. And
definitely, it made me want to go watch the original series over again. I probably won't have time, unfortunately, but I feel like I remember enough of it. I remember this young teenager who's like a valedictorian, like homecoming queen gets killed, and it's all about like this, what was he, like a deputy or some sort of cop comes in, maybe even FBI, I don't remember exactly. Yeah. Agent Cooper, I think his name was.
Agent Cooper. That's a damn fine cup of coffee.
I do remember that, yeah, and I just remember it was all about that. And like you said, there's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of suspicious characters that show up, and very eerie score, like you said, and it'll be a good show to return to in the summer here on Showtime.
Yeah, we're really into the true crime shows. It's all we've been watching, and that's definitely one of the original gangsters of this genre, the true crime, and I'm glad they're bringing it back, and it's going to be awesome to watch and get back into Twin Peaks in Washington one more time.
Just in terms of what's coming sooner than later, looks like Better Call Saul is going to be returning here for season 3.
Woo!
And of course, Better Call Saul follows Saul Goodman, the lawyer from Breaking Bad, as it basically takes place before Breaking Bad, and it shows how he comes to be everybody's favorite shady lawyer from the show. Of course, his brother is on the show, played by Spinal Tap. The guy from Spinal Tap, I can't think of his name right now, but he does a really good job as his brother. And it's really cool. It takes place before Breaking Bad, so we're going to hopefully eventually see some characters pop up from Breaking Bad, and I won't spoil anything, but yes, we are going to see one pop up in season 3 already from the trailer that I've seen, and that's Gus Fring, so that'll be cool to see old Gus back and the Los Pollos Hermanos crew, and we'll see how that plays out this season.
He shows up as Two-Face. Half of his face is gone for some odd reason.
Right. Dude, I can see that. Like with Better Call Saul, I can see them. Like, of course, they're going to do this whole prequel bit, but then like at the end of one of these seasons, it's going to fast forward and blow our minds because it's Vince Gilligan. He's not just going to stick to the same old. He's going to want to show us a little bit into the future too.
Yeah.
We're going to see what happened to Jesse probably. And
yeah, I was reading some rumors. Nobody obviously knows probably, but Vince Gilligan, that old Jesse Pinkman may be stopping by, and wouldn't it be awesome if old Walter White was there? The old chemistry teacher just stops in to say hello to his future friend Saul.
Yeah, it would be awesome, and I know it'll be really well done because the writing's always phenomenal, and even without a lot of the characters from Breaking Bad in it already, it's already a great show. So yeah, when they start adding more in that, it's just going to be even better. And yeah, another April show that's coming back. I don't know if you've watched it yet or not, but it's the final season. HBO, The Leftovers with Justin Theroux.
I've only seen the first season. I've not seen the second, but I know you talked about it and to watch it. So it's on my list of shows to catch up on and binge watch.
Yeah, definitely. You should definitely catch up. And this season will be the last one, so you'll only have 3 to catch up on. It's from the creators of Lost. Mm-hmm. Basically from that, so you get some awesome twists and turns, and it's kind of apocalyptic, end of the world kind of stuff, and it's really imaginative, and the cast does a good job. Everybody does a good job in their roles, especially Justin Theroux, and Scott Glenn plays Justin Theroux's dad, an old TV and movie veteran. He's been in a bunch of movies and TV shows over the years. So yeah, check that out if you haven't already. It's on HBO. It's called The Leftovers. Check that one out.
And it's one thing with HBO, they do no wrong. Actually, they do wrong. There's some shitty shows, but for majority,
there, but for most part, yeah.
For the most part, they put out some excellent shows. But I'm excited for that. And Game of Thrones sometime this year. Nothing's been released, but obviously it's going to be epic. It's only going to be 6 or 7 episodes, and it's going to be full-on winter.
I know, man. I can't wait. It's going to be mind-blowing because we don't have any material. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen, literally. Not even George R. R. Martin knows because he hasn't finished the damn book yet. So it's
like, George, what the fuck do you do? Like, you have one job. Write a goddamn book.
George R. R. Martin at his typewriter. Oh, he's snoring.
Just took his Metamucil there, George. Now go back to sleep. But the showrunners, they work alongside with George R. R. Martin, and he okays everything, but it's basically in their hands, and it's going to be full-on winter against the White Walkers. We're going to see some crazy shit, and more of our favorite characters probably getting killed. But it is what it is. It's Game of Thrones.
What else we got?
A show I wanted to bring up on one of my favorite networks on TV, FX. And you know how much I love X-Men and the mutants, right?
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Legion.
Yeah.
Legion comes out on February 8th, and it's from the Fargo, which is also on FX, another excellent show. The executive producer, Noah Hawley, I believe his name was. The Marvel series follows this character. He's in and out of like a psychiatric hospital facility. He thinks he's crazy, but it's more of him, hey, I've got mutant powers, and the people surrounding him in this hospital. So I'm really excited to see what they do with the storyline. You have Aubrey Plaza in the show as well. She was in a few of the teasers.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. I don't know too much about it, but from the teasers they've released online, it looks to be solid. And FX doesn't do any bad shows for the most part, so it's going to be good show to watch and check out in February.
Yeah, it does look good. It's I think it's Dan Stevens. I think he was on that Downton Abbey. And he was on that one movie that I told you about to watch, The Guest.
Oh, The Guest. I did watch that. It was awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it does. It looks solid. And I think it's supposed to be Professor X's son, if I read correctly.
Yeah.
Like, basically, his character is.
That is Dan Stevens. He looks different.
Yeah, he looks really skinny and drawn out. So
yeah, I didn't even recognize him, but yeah, that is him. I looked it up. It is Dan Stevens. So good work on that, my friend.
Hey, I do my research, and they call me the human IMDb sometimes, except in the morning when I haven't had coffee yet.
One show I wanted to bring up that you've been watching, I have not had a chance to check out, is our old mate Tom Hardy, Taboo.
Taboo.
What are your thoughts on that?
And it's really cool. Just to give a brief synopsis, like I can't even fully explain it, but it takes place back in the 1800s. Tom Hardy comes out on the scene. He comes back. He's been gone. We find out that he's like an adventurer who's been gone for like over 10 years, and he comes back to Britain, and he has been left this shipping company from his father that's passed away recently, and you find out that he has a lot of enemies that he's going out and trying to inflict some revenge on. There's some supernatural elements to the show that haven't been fully explained. Basically, it's just really, really gothic looking. And if you've ever seen any of the BBC shows like Sherlock or Luther, it's got that same sort of dark feel. It's created by Steve Knight, who does, I think he is one of the creators of Sherlock and Luther, and what other show am I thinking of here? One of those other BBC shows.
What about Ridley Scott? Wasn't he a part of this show as well?
Ridley Scott, yeah, I think Ridley Scott is a producer, as far as, if I can remember correctly, yeah, he is involved, and you can tell it's filmed really awesomely. Tom Hardy, you know what to expect. He's brooding and tough. You know, people are afraid of him. There's some double crossing in the show, and like I said, there's a supernatural element, and it looks like with the whole shipping company thing, it looks like he was held as a slave for a portion because he has flashbacks, and you see some pretty gruesome stuff of him getting like beat and whatnot. So he comes back on the scene basically, and he's looking to take over the shipping trade because it's back when Britain and USA are at war. So he's going to go try to stake his claim in the new world, basically. So, yeah, it's really cool. It's really well done. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock, FX, Taboo, Tom Hardy. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm just watching the trailers. I'm like, Tom Hardy, and he's had a big part of the whole production, writing, and everything, and he actually invested in the show as well.
Right.
And I was reading the other day, he's already lost like $2 million on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He put in a shit ton of money, but it's a loss for him. But nonetheless, he's got money. It doesn't matter. He's creating art the way he wants to do it, and it looks astounding. I'm looking forward to actually watching it. I had the first few episodes recorded on the DVR, and I will definitely be getting around to watching that.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's only had 2 or 3 episodes so far. Yeah, and like you were saying, I think he wrote it along with his dad, Chips Hardy. Chips is his name, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's a passion project. He doesn't have any problem. He put in money. But I think I was reading it's been getting pretty good ratings. So, yeah, I would love to see it continue on past this season. Yeah. Like I said, check it out. Yeah, I was hooked pretty much after the first episode. I was like, yep, I'm definitely going to be watching this. Even though I didn't fully understand it, but slowly each episode. And like I said, our old mate, what's his name? Stephen Graham shows up. And we always love Stephen Graham and everything.
Can't have a revolution if the music isn't right. You know what I mean, boys?
Because you can't have a revolution if the TV show isn't right on FX, boys. You know what I mean?
You feel me? And he looks really different. He has like a shaved head and a tattoo on it, and really nappy teeth. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's cool, because I was going to interview him like this week, and he's filming something, so I wonder if it's taboo. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm like, my mate canceled on me. I wanted to interview him and talk business here, but he's like, no way, mate. I can't talk. I'm busy in England.
Hopefully, I'll get another opportunity once he stops filming. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is taboo, or maybe he's doing a movie. He's a busy guy. Or maybe he's doing another revolutionary music video.
He's doing it for some more Dead Mouse.
We love that video.
Yeah, we watched like 1,000 times. So people, if you haven't seen it, check out the Dead Mouse video. I Remember, with old Stephen Graham. A few shows that returned 2017. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with old Frank and the gang. Hey, I'm Charlie B.
Hey, the rats!
Where the rats at?
Did you watch the last one with Fight Milk?
Yeah, Fight Milk, and the guys are like puking and shitting, and they're like cutting weight.
Yeah.
They're like, we love you here, and the guy's in the shitter.
It never disappoints, and the next one looks like a Making the Murderer documentary.
Well, that's been the whole theory since season 1, that Dennis Reynolds is a rapist, murderer. All the clues are there, and
I could totally see that.
He's a psycho sociopath anyway, so it's fun that they're poking fun at Making a Murderer.
Absolutely.
Old Dennis Reynolds up to no good as always, and this season's been really good. Every episode I've been laughing my ass off.
I love the one where Frank was at the amusement or the water park and saw that a special needs kid was getting to the front of the line, so he devised his own plan of saying that he has AIDS. And,
yeah, I've got AIDS, and there's like goes down the water slide.
Yeah, and then at the end they go on the water slide that hasn't been implemented yet. It doesn't have any water. They pour a couple of water bottles down it and go sliding down, and they, of course, it skins up his back and there's blood in the pool. And somebody notices him from when he budged in line, and they're like, he has AIDS. So it causes a big panic. Typical, always.
Yeah, it's rare to have a comedy like at this level of just vulgarity. For 12 years, that's still going strong. It's still solid. It's still funny as hell, and this writing is ridiculous. And that's why it's one of my favorite shows. It's just that type of humor that I love, and I want them to make 20 more if they could, and they might just do that.
Yeah, they may well do that until they're old men. It might be Danny DeVito's like 99 when they quit. Who knows?
He's just in a wheelchair and depends.
Yep, I could totally see him doing that.
Yeah, another show I wanted to bring up, obviously, that's returned is Portlandia. That's on IFC Independent Film Channel.
Yes, you love that. You got me into that.
Yeah, I just love Fred Armisen and Carrie. They're great together, and their sketch comedy and these characters they create, and it just feels like Portland. If you ever go to Portland, it's crazy and odd, and just a whole bunch of different style of people and lifestyle, and it comes across in the TV show perfectly. That's why I love it, and it's just something you got to watch. And if you're in for a good laugh, you're kind of weird like me, you'll enjoy it.
I watch it and I feel like I have an idea what Portland's all about, even though I haven't been there. It's kind of makes you want to go there and see all the eccentric people and go to the coffee shops there and run into these strange but not so strange. I mean, that's the norm there. It's just kind of off the wall and creative people that are there. So.
Well, yeah, that's why they had the big sign in Portland, keep Portland weird, because that's what it's about. It's weird and, artistic people and just their lifestyles and, like, panhandling and playing music, and just it's amazing. Something like that exists, you don't have corporations coming in to ruin everything. It's all, mom and pop shops, and it's really close-knit community, and they really portray that well on the show, and that's why I love it. One of my favorites. Henry, you got any more shows we should be checking out?
Like you said, Portlandia is back on right now. It's been renewed for another season, so we're getting last season, and that's good. So this won't be the end yet. Peaky Blinders, still going strong, coming back for another season.
My favorite Irishman.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, we kind of look alike, but not really. He's way dreamier.
I beg to differ. Last Man on Earth is always good. It's going on right now. It's with Will Forte. It's about the end of the world, but it's comedy. If you ever get a chance to binge that one, I recommend it. It's really funny. Halt and Catch Fire is coming back for a final season, probably in the fall time. So we love that show. The whole computer revolution of the 80s. And Lee Pace, mate, you're doing a great job. And we look forward to this last season, him and Scoot McNairy.
Man, that's just an all-star cast anyways. You have, what's her name, Mackenzie Davis?
Mackenzie Davis, up and coming, going to be a lot of films.
She's coming up with the new Blade Runner. Yeah, solid show if you're into the 80s, the computer revolution, 80s music. It totally has the vibe of the 80s, and it's really, really well done. One of the best shows.
We've been watching since it started, and we recommend it to everybody for sure. It's good. All right, man. Ash vs. Evil Dead's coming back in the fall again. Season 3. Season 2 is off the wall.
Groovy.
Yeah, that is groovy news, man. I can't wait to see more of that. It's, always good. And now who knows where they're going to go with it. I mean, we saw some pretty cool stuff in Season 2. So the gore will be up, no doubt, and Bruce Campbell will be groovy as always. Kingdom, one of my favorite shows on the Audience Network, I believe, on DirecTV.
Yes, that is correct.
So that's, MMA is the underlying theme, which not everybody's a fan of, but it's just a good show. Like, that's what it's around, but it's, a good drama.
Yeah.
Our mate, Frank Grillo, and then you got one of the Jonas Brothers, Nick Jonas is in it. You got one of the, what's his name?
Jonathan Tucker.
Oh yeah, he's probably my favorite on the show. He's awesome. As one of the Kalina brothers. You have Jay Kalina, who's Chris Tucker, Jonathan Tucker.
Hell no!
Chris Tucker makes an appearance.
Right, he might be in the new season.
Oh, hell no!
Easy there, Chris. Wait your turn. Nick Jonas is the other brother, and then Grillo is their dad. It's really good. And also what's his name? The guy from Friday Night Lights is in it. He's really good too. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. But yeah, definitely check that out. Kingdom, really solid show. Mr. Robot will be back.
Yes.
Season 3.
Elliot, my man.
Elliot's the hacker that we have all came to know and trust. Not so much because you can't really trust him. He is a drug addict and a little bit of unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Christian Slater's in that one. Another solid cast. Feels very American Psycho-y at the same time as...
I'd say totally American Psycho just because of that... what the hell's that guy's name in the show that ran the other corporation, the younger guy that went missing?
Yeah, I know you're talking about it.
It reminds me of like a young Patrick Bateman. But yeah, it's just used to the colors, lots of whites, and like the camera angles and everything. It's very American Psycho.
It is,
for sure.
Tied to like Wall Street, so it reminds me of Boiler Room a little bit.
Yeah.
The movie. Yeah. So a little bit of that. It's really good, really well done. Lots of twists.
And it's on the USA Network. I'm like, I didn't know this network was still alive. I didn't know their show.
Right. What else was on that? Monk and Burn Notice.
And Pacific Blue.
Oh, yeah, probably one of the best shows of all time. Of course, how can we forget?
Yeah, I'm surprised Mr. Robot hasn't gone to a bigger network, but I'm sure they got them tied down with some good money to keep them on there.
Hey, more power to them, man. They got a good show going. Might as well pay a lot to keep it there, and the quality never has suffered because of it. It's really good. And what's his name? I'm trying to think of the...
Malik?
Oh, yeah, Rami Malek.
Malek,
so he plays Elliot the hacker. He's going to be big. He's going to play Freddie Mercury in the Queen biopic movie, so you'll be seeing that, no doubt, when it comes out.
With his huge bug eyes and monotone voice.
Yes. He is. He's got a face that you won't forget. He's he doesn't look like any other Hollywood celebrity, but like you said, monotone and bug eyes, and really his role of a lifetime, really. So
yeah, it really has jump-started his career, and it's definitely one of the best shows in terms of because I work in IT, just seeing hacking and understanding the lingo. Hold it close to my heart because I totally understand what's going on and what he's going through, and it's just a really, really well done show, well written show.
Oh yeah, you get the coding aspect of it too, which has got to help you understand it because all that HTML stuff's confusing if you don't. But
yeah, and the hacking him the command prompt and things like that.
It's pretty accurate then from what I've seen.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
They keep it true. They're not faking it. They're actually. I'm sure they have people in the IT field that come in and show them how to do stuff, how to hack and how to go here and how to use Linux, and it's definitely solid.
Cool, man. Yeah, so check that out, Mr. Robot, USA Network. We don't know when it's coming back yet. Summer show.
Probably July. It usually premieres in July after 4th of July.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely coming out this summer. And I think that was basically all the shows I wanted to talk about for now.
I got a few more to throw out here. We got House of Cards coming back.
Ooh, Frank, huh? Frank and Claire.
Old Frank and Claire coming back. What could be the final season, we don't know for sure yet, but I could see it winding down. I mean, there's only so much they can do from here on out. And,
this
season 5.
Yeah, this season Frank actually gets assassinated by Donald Trump, and it just ends. Battle of the hair pieces.
That would be huge.
You never get bit by a rattlesnake until you bite the venom out of your own ass.
Yeah. May 30th, Netflix. You can watch all 13 episodes.
Thank God. That's one of the best shows. One of the best shows on Netflix, for sure.
Oh, for sure. That's what got me into Netflix, really, was House of Cards, and then I, discovered all these other ones, and, it's a great show. What else do we want to know? Fargo's coming back.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Is that useful to you? Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Going to have Ewan McGregor is going to be in it from Trainspotting as twins. It's going to be coming. Don't know the storyline really yet.
They haven't released much on that or released
not even really any pictures or anything, no.
So it's kind of up in the air. I think it's what is it? before the first season or after? No, it's after the first season.
I think it's after the first season. So we may see some of the characters that made it out alive after that first season with Martin Freeman and Billy Bob. So that'll be cool. See how it ties in because of course the second season took place before season 1. So
yeah, the 70s. Yep.
The 70s. So yeah, really, really well written show. Always awesome. Super. It's addictive. So binge watch season 1 and 2 if you haven't already. Let's see what else we got. Curb Your Enthusiasm's coming back again.
Yes.
The genius behind Seinfeld is back, and he loves making fun of himself, and it's really, really enjoyable to watch. It's always fun.
He just always gets pissed off.
He does. He always gets in the most ridiculous situations and gets pissed off and causes people to hate him, and it's at the viewer's satisfaction. It's always something ridiculous.
And he always says Ted Danson on their show and Mary Steenburgen. There you go.
They're friends in real life, so yeah, he always has them.
Yeah, he always has a lot of good cameos in it. Like funny actors from like the 80s and 90s just show up in there.
Oh yeah. Yep. Larry David. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Season 9, I believe. So it'll be sometime on HBO, probably in the fall, I'm guessing. Oh, man. Let's see what else. Stranger Things Season 2 is going to be coming on Netflix sometime this year. Hopefully not too far into the future, but I imagine 2017.
Yeah, they've only really released, I know they were filming it, but they released, Sean Astin's going to be playing Winona Ryder's boyfriend or love interest. And a few other actors that have joined the show, but I don't think there's an official release date yet. I'm guessing the fall, because that's when it came on last year. It was in the fall. So it'd be a perfect Halloween time show.
Yes, it would be. And I think they had teased some of the episode titles, and one of them had to do with Halloween. I can't remember if it was like Trick or Treat or it was something. But yeah, we're going to be getting a Halloween-centric episode of Stranger Things. So that's going to be really cool. I mean, what a cool show. Good throwback to the 80s kind of E.T., Goonies, and awesome 80s soundtrack.
Yeah.
Real synthesizer heavy. And
I bought it on vinyl, man. That's how much I love that show. I bought the soundtrack, and it takes us back to being kids and growing up with films that, like you were saying, like Stephen King-ish, films and books, and just that whole era is captured in the show, and it's a good throwback to our childhood.
Yeah, it is. It's really well done. The Duffer Brothers, props to them. They made a really cool show that pretty much everybody got into that watched it. I mean, it's been the talk of the town since it came out last year. So
yeah, it released that Thursday or Friday. We ended up staying up all night and watching it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think I watched it by the following Monday. So yeah, it was awesome.
All right, looking forward to that. What else do we have?
Only a couple more really on my list. American Gods is going to premiere on Starz.
What's that?
Based on a Neil Gaiman book.
Okay.
My wife's read it before. She said it was really cool. It's different. There are different gods in play, and I don't know. Sorry, I don't know much more about it. But
No, you're fine. I've seen a few pictures they posted online. There was like some fight at a bar, some bar scene. And that's really all I've seen about it. I wasn't sure the whole premise of the show, but it's on the must-watch list of 2017.
Yeah, it's in a fantasy. It's a Neil Gaiman who does all those. He does a lot of fantasy novels, so it's an adaptation of that. Ian McShane, I think, from Deadwood's in it.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker!
maybe he'll drop that line there in the bar. Who knows?
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Oh yeah. So look out for that. That's pretty much it. Another season of Shameless will be back. We love Shameless.
Yep. I was the one that showed you that show, man. The South Side of Chicago living.
That's right. You showed me Shameless, and I showed you Game of Thrones. So we're even.
That's what we do. We exchange all these TV shows that we're really into, and then we just end up talking about it for hours.
I know, and we don't actually watch it. We just talk about it instead, over it. We dub our own vocals to it.
Yeah, it's like, what else can the Gallaghers do? What more mischief can they get into?
I know. Yep, and this will be season 7, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, I mean, last season ended pretty cool. I mean, there were a lot of developments. Like, wait till you see what happens to Carl, and
yeah,
it's pretty cool to see where the characters are now compared to the start when they're all kids. Now pretty much everybody's grown up. I mean,
yeah, they're all adults.
Yeah, they're all adults, and they're getting into trouble, and things are changing. So, yeah, definitely Shameless. Pretty much everybody that I've ever told to watch that has gotten into it. Like I still have coworkers saying that they're just starting it now, and they're definitely one of my favorites.
Looking forward to that. And Showtime, Shameless, always a good show to watch with, not your kids around.
No,
just you and the wife is about all you can have in the room to watch in that show.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't have the young kids around because that one drops the F-bomb and drops a lot more.
Lots of balls, lots of boobs.
Yeah.
Lots of gay sex.
That's man on man, and pretty much everything you can think of. I mean, it's called Shameless, and it lives up to it.
It lives up to the name. It's not a false title.
That's right. That's pretty much all I got, man. There's a few new shows coming on. One's called The Deuce with James Franco on HBO. That's pretty much the last one on my list. Oh, yeah. No, it's not about James Franco crapping his pants either. I'll give you a brief synopsis here. Hold on, I'm looking it up. It centers around Times Square, New York.
Okay.
It stars Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Franco. It has to do with the mob.
Yes.
James Franco plays two people, twin brothers operating out of Times Square who become fronts for the mob. So based on the whole mob scene and I think like 70s porn type of thing. So that should be interesting. HBO, like we said, rarely puts out bad material, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and those are all the shows that are coming out or currently on in 2017. Everyone should be on the lookout for, should be currently watching, and things that we really like and really enjoy. So check them out if you've not seen them. Upcoming, we have the Oscars at the end of February 26th, with a lot of big-name movie titles that we've seen and some that we have not seen. But looking forward to talking about that with my old mate here, Henry Hill.
Look forward to doing that podcast with you next. We'll talk about the Oscars. We'll choose our winners and see how close we get when they actually air.
Yep.
Hopefully by then we'll have seen all those films too, because I know I have some catching up to do, but I plan to watch them before.
Yeah, there's a few still I have to watch. I got to finish up Silence and Hacksaw Ridge, with a few movies I've seen. So looking forward to that award show. It's always a big celebration for Cinephellas and the Oscars, and looking forward to that at the end of next month. So on the next podcast we can talk about the Oscar nominees and La La Land being up for 14 nominations. Holy shit, that's a lot.
I know, man. Just cleaning house, yeah. Even if they only get like a third of those, that's a lot.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Ryan Gosling's been cleaning a lot of stuff at my house, if you know what I mean, with those days. Hey, girl, let me clean the bathroom. But yeah,
we love our Gosling. He's a good actor.
But that's it for the second episode, the sequel to Cinephellas Podcast with Henry Hill and myself, Logan Myers here from Cinephellas Studios. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to us ramble on about some TV shows and things we are on the lookout for and currently watching. Henry?
I know, I had a great time doing this with you, buddy. Thanks for having me again in studio. Until next time, everybody.
This is the Cinephellas signing out. Cheers!